How do we do this? Back in the room. So I'm doing it. Can you hear me okay in that? I'm doing it through YouTube, so I can actually see the chat properly and stuff like that now as well. Is the microphone? I was going to say microwave. Is that microwave fanning? Let me see if I can find it on here. So Jim Caviezel.
Children and from China, and came to be.
I go, how could this?
And what Ballard found out.
The content of this, once the world sees this film, and once they see the ships.
Howdy, men said. Yes, we're just covering some. It's quite of it's not a nice topic, but everybody needs to see this.
That they transport the children in and all of this stuff. Well, there's no other film like this. Our industry can't make this film right now because of a lot of people that are involved in it all over the world that are in this. And many of these people are very famous. I kind of started there with Tim, and when he started to show me all of the hell that they have to look at.
Evening, people. Welcome in. Did you all get notifications? This is just a random live, and this is Jim Caviezel, and we're touching on things because of what in the interview with Simon Holland, he said something that he's not said on any other interview, and that's what I like. That he was terrified because someone told him something. I think he was alluding to the Illuminati. It was a family in Britain as well. It was a British family, and he said about like the eyes. What's it called? Eyes wide shut.
You know, it's when I bring this up to people, I'm not for trafficking of children. I want to stop it. And Tim would always tell me, you know, when you're playing this, just remember that, because this hell that you have to look at, most of the guys I bring in, and they've seen the worst stuff that you've ever seen. It's just what they do to children. Children are nothing more than like a cow. It's already past the drug trade, okay? This is like, if you were to watch Schindler's List, you would say, boy, that was terrible.
Do you know, this is past the drug trade. It's past the weapons. We see what's going on with the drugs. We see what's going on with the weapons. How good are they at hiding what's going on with this then, for this to be the biggest money spinner? Where are they putting them? Where are these? Nobody's speaking about it. Nobody's speaking about it. And when you try and speak about it, bad things happen to you and stuff like that. Oh, well, I'm speaking about it.
I wish I was around that. Maybe I could have done something. But you can do something now. And you can end this. When your child is taken, you're never going to see that kid again. And at that point, you probably wished you would have done something. We're at that point right now. And if we let our little ones continue to be slaughtered, boy, there's going to be a judgment on this world, and especially our country.
Thank you. Now, Jim, Tim, you're playing the role of Tim Ballard, and Tim is actually continuing to save kids. I mean, you're making a movie about it, but this is what he does, and he.
Here today. He was supposed to be in the room with me, in right here or in Tulsa, but he's down there saving children as we speak, because they're pulling kids out of the darkest recesses of hell right now, in dumbs and all kinds of places. The adrenochroming of children, look, where we're at right now, hopefully we need your prayers. This film is,
Someone needs to talk about
when
this,
Tim
right?
Ballard came
Someone needs to
down
bring
to
this up.
Bogota and we had about finished 2/3 of it, I said, why did you pick me? And he said, well, they didn't want you. They
Please
wanted
tap that
someone
screen,
else.
guys.
But
Let's let's try and get YouTube.
I said, well, I got to tell you, I did this movie, Monte Cristo and The Passion. And about 2/3 of the way through, I knew we were onto something that was phenomenal. And I said, I feel that with this film. And he goes, well, actually, it was those 2 films that I saw. This is why I had to have you in my film. So, sorry.
No,
This
Jim,
microphone's working, isn't it, guys? This microphone
you
working
said
okay, yeah?
you said a word a minute ago, and I want to clarify what that word was, because you said a word, and I want to make sure that you said adrenochrome.
Yeah.
And a lot of people here, there's about 4,500 people here. There's about 500,000 people streaming online. We're having some cyber attacks. That feed's been going on and off. It's a
Yeah, so on the last stream that I did, right at the beginning for the people that joined nice and early, I fucking spilt a full drink of JD and Coke all over my fucking testicles on my pants. So I just had to change my pants and everything. So that is up. I won't delete that. I'm about to reset the live.
But you said that word, and by a show of hands, who's heard that word
Yeah.
before in this building?
TikTok
Could
did.
you please explain, to the extent that you want to or
Come over
not
to YouTube
want
to
to,
watch.
what that is? Because some people have never heard that before, and we need to discuss that.
Essentially, you have.
So I'm sharing a video with you on YouTube and stuff like that. It's a Jim Caviezel one I've spoke about before. Like, it's overtaken the weapons and the narcotics has been the number one thing, and it's the human T word. But they don't like it speaking about it here because they're all probably involved in it. They're all sick. So I'm trying to expose it. I'm trying to get as many people's eyes on it that there is something going on with this. And I ain't letting no app get in the way of that. I will just move and move to places where they'll allow me to speak about it freely because it needs to be exposed. So if you want to heading over to YouTube, UFOs around the world. I am actually on the YouTube app streaming, not through anything else, so I can actually reply back to you and see your comments better and stuff like that. I think, can I just add people's comments straight to the channel? What's going on here? There we go. Right.
Adrenaline in your body. I'll just simplify it. And when you are scared, you produce adrenaline. If you're an athlete, you get in the fourth quarter, you have adrenaline that comes out of you. If a child knows he's going to die, his body will secrete this adrenaline. And they have a lot of terms that they use that he takes me through. But it's the worst horror I've ever seen, is screaming alone, even if I never, ever saw it. It's beyond, and these people that do it.
So they're terrifying them so much that it secretes in the blood and they can do whatever they want with it. You know, they're sick. This is going on. And in just the interview we had with Simon Holland the other day, me and Mark did with him, he goes on about this. He was terrified to say something. It terrified him. There was this family. It must have been a British family. Even in the film, it has a British voice. So that's even worrying. And there's these sick people that are doing this, and nobody gives a shit. If you've got a child and you just scroll past this and you think, I don't care, it's not my problem, it's going to come to your door very soon. When the wars happen, that's where they come, that's where they take them. So I say, don't get on those buses. Do not take them. The first thing we do, we can save your children. We can put them on these buses. Do not fucking put them on those buses or your missus or anything like that. But the men that are left behind, they're the ones that will probably be safer than the people that have been put on these buses. Let me tell you that.
There'll be no mercy for them. And when at that point where I have tears coming out of my eyes because my heart is so on fire, I'm fearless. You're fearless. You're the best that you will ever be when God is in your heart like that. And when it's burning, you're fearless, and you don't.
What's playing in the background for people that just joined? I'm on YouTube. I'm on live on YouTube. I can't stream through TikTok because they've bin bagged me for a month because I talk about things like this that they don't like. So I can talk now, but you can't experience what we're watching unless you're coming over to YouTube, which is UFOs around the world, and that's it. And you'll find me live. Head on over, join. Let me see this number go up. Let me see this participants join. Let me see your comments in the box. Let's see some support for the children. Who's going to fucking support the children?
You're not afraid of the devil. You actually hunt him. And any of them that hurt our little children
Yes,
in
it's a
the
UFO
film,
channel, but it's all connected, folks. Let me believe.
there's
Let
a
me tell you
line
that.
in there where he says,
I'm going to go into it a bit more. I'm going to share the Michael Herrera story, and you'll see where I'm coming from with the. So people saying, "How's this connected to the UFO?" I'm going to show you. Come to YouTube. I will show you how it's connected. I will baby step you into this. I understand. Please just bear with me.
why are you doing this? And I say to him, as Tim said, because God's children are not for sale. They're not for sale. You can't do it anymore, Satan. And we're coming after you. And I'm not afraid, and I'd ask you all not to be afraid either, because they're worth saving.
They're giving you a standing ovation right here in
Thanks for
Tulsa,
supporting the
Oklahoma.
comments, people. Thanks for that. And yeah, please just like. I don't know how the YouTube works. The numbers are going up. The numbers are going up. Participants are thinking. Look at him. He's breaking down here, crying his eyes out, doing a film.
How long have you been doing this?
I recommend that film as well. So in the film, if you've not seen it, it doesn't really go into the stuff that he's talking about, by the way. But it goes on about these children that were taken for a photo shoot. They were dropped off, and then when the mother went to go and pick the kids up, they weren't there. They'd gone. And that's your worst nightmare. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate that. That will put beans on toast on my child's table tonight. I'm joking. I usually just don't even do anything. It just stays there. I usually end up giving it back into other people's chats and stuff like that. But thank you very much, Andrew. I do appreciate that. I put a goal up. It was a joke, by the way. It's to shave my nutset. It's got a laugh sometimes, haven't you? I'm going to share with you now because people, obviously, it's a UFO channel. You want to know why I'm speaking about this. When this is a UFO channel, for one, I've got 5 kids, so I'm passionate about helping children and stuff like that, and making sure that this shit doesn't happen to kids. And I'm passionate about the UFO topic, and there's a connection, so I have to speak about both. So we're going to go straight to Michael Herrera's story. Now, people might have seen it, and if you have, great. If you haven't, you're going to see it. I think it's important. Michael Herrera. It was on Sean Ryan, wasn't it? Sean Ryan. Let's see. It might be the one here. Michael's going to go through it now, his story of where he came across these black op military people and stuff like that. They had no badges, no identification. They was told, people can go missing. You can go missing in this
AI tool will create a stunning ebook direct from your content, whether it's a Microsoft Word document or.
Won't long before we get a little notification here saying,
and
you're
what they
touching
were
on taboo
using
subjects that we don't
and
like
he
to.
says there's not drugs that they're putting in these shipping.
All right, here we go. We nearly
100
got straight
weapons,
into
maybe
it.
100 weapons, maybe a super dark black. It's not like a reflective material. Super at us, and they go left. Like a tracking system. So what it does is when you're military at one point.
Any accents?
Not accents, it's separate.
I
So
want to
you
get
have
your
something
full
that's on
thoughts.
the ground, stationary, and then you have something that's up top, and it's just rotating in a clockwise position.
You could see underneath of it.
Right, I'm going to play it now. So we're going to play it from here, and I'll stop it in between, have a little chat with you and stuff like that. I can see your comments, so it's good. Welcome in, Roselle, Arrow Wolf, Melissa, Elmarie, Lady Whistleblower. Mrs. SpaceX, men said. Moneypenny Media. I don't know if that's the Moneypenny from the X. I'm not sure. Miss Moneypenny. Let's go. Comment. The top person that comments, by the way, is going to get a mod. I'll make him a mod at the end of the live.
And that's up top.
Or her. I shouldn't have said he. You know what I get from that when he says that? So they're moving so like smooth and stuff. They're robotic. These people may have been trafficked themselves, put into these underground and trained up to be these kind of military soldiers. This is what supposedly has been happening. People that a lot of these children have never found. They're put into these things. They're looked after. They're cared for. They're put in these operations. They don't know anything else. That's all they've ever known from, and they're just like robotic in what they do. Makes it Sounds just like what he's speaking about here.
Innovate.
Oh, just an update tomorrow. Interstellar Discussions invited me to speak with him and Shiv and maybe someone else to Avi Loeb. So Avi Loeb will be live tomorrow on I think Interstellar's channel. So yeah, I've been invited on. I did reach out to Avi, so it saves me reaching out. I can just do it with these boys, so it's all good. Any more news on Uri Geller? I actually WhatsApped Uri Geller. I've got Uri Geller on WhatsApp. I'm trying to get Uri Geller on a live. It's very what's the word for it? He's very suspicious of people. He's suspicious of me. So I said, just follow me and you'll see what I'm about and stuff like that. Yeah, is what it is. I won't lose sleep if he doesn't come and speak to me, but I'll try and get him.
Safeties flip off. Now, your attention to detail when you're seeing the.
I'll read it in a minute, the statement that Yuri put out, if that's what you're referring to. Please, TikTokers, it'd be easy if you come over to YouTube because I can stare at one screen then. Would help me out. You've all got YouTube. You've all got it on your app. There's absolutely no reason why you're watching me from the side profile right now. Absolute gimps. One straight shoot. I love that. That's what she said. Joking, by the way. All right, turn that up a bit. Can you hear this? The people that are being just like, I'm not going to YouTube because Matt told me to go to YouTube. All right, everybody, don't go to YouTube. It'll shoot up now. Yeah, I like to have a laugh. I like to have a laugh. You need to have a laugh in the UFO community. You need to have a laugh because it's too serious. I like to have a laugh with it. But I'm having a laugh during something really serious. Like, this is really serious, what he's talking about. So, TikTokers, if you can't hear it, you'll hear it better if you come to the YouTube today and said, oh, you like the English version of Vetted? I nearly cried. Don't call me the English version of Vetted. It's worlds apart. His production's better and everything like that, but worlds apart in research and the topic research. He's just a news channel. Have I got somebody else's video to share with you today? Yeah, but first, like and subscribe. Let's get straight to it. So, I'm going to play the rest of the clip in a minute, but I just want to give a bit of my input. So, Don't forget, like and subscribe. Oh, Manscaped, shave your, make the garden grow, blah, 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 blah. Back. See you on the next one. Remember, every day is a grift. So, how many beers have you got? I'm going to pause it a lot because I like to communicate with the people commenting. I did have a full glass before this glass as well, which I spilt because you missed it. The people that was in early seen it. I went like that to do something and spilt a full drink all over my pants and shown them. So I had to change my pants. So yeah, that is up, by the way. It's probably live now. I'm not happy. I'll take that because Josh looks up to me on TikTok and he's giving me some good shout outs. And I look up to him for YouTube because the way he does it is similar to the way I do it. Now, the good thing about me and Josh is, even though we're quite similar and we've got a good sense of humor, he's an Aussie and I'm a UK, which means we don't interact with each other that much because he has the UK, I have the UK audience and he has his Australian audience. And we do communicate quite a bit, me and Josh. But we are actually due to be speaking. We don't know yet, but we are going to do something together, like a show maybe, and just have a chat about UFOs. So if you'd like to see that next time he's live, which may be tomorrow morning or live or tonight, depending on his time difference, just drop a note saying we was on UFOs Around the World live. We want you and Josh on a live together. I do like Josh. Again, Josh and Psychoactive, they're the kind of people like, because they will share someone's video and they'll give you they'll add value to that video as well, which means they'll show clips like I'm doing now, and then they'll take you somewhere and they'll take you on a journey and you can do the research with them. Whereas just sharing videos and going, oh, every day's a gift, Joel, fuck off. Long someone else maybe temporarily, let me take that off there. Don't want to be getting blocked. Stream made temporarily blocked if you plan to continue. I was trying to share that then and it said that you can't. Let me take it somewhere else. Don't want to be getting bin bagged. Right, so where's the... It must be something with Sean Ryan, because this happened last time when I shared a Sean Ryan clip as well. So he must have... Yeah, no, there is something else I wanted to share though regarding this. Let me just think a second. On the... is it? It's this thing when it's live, you got to think on the spot. I don't prep it or anything like that. I'm like, no, we'll just go in. We'll go with it. Does anybody want me to go and look at something while we're live now? Drop it in the comments, YouTube comments. Drop it if you want to go and look at something right now. Let's read the Uri Geller thing as well if you want. All right. People didn't see it. That's not him, is it? It is. It's this here, isn't it? Is this what people are going on about? Yuri's video about the approaching objects was interesting. I've messaged Yuri on WhatsApp yesterday. He messaged me back yesterday. Or was it this morning? The truth about those hostile aliens. Friends, I'm sure you have all seen the recent headlines. Astronomers have discovered a hostile alien object that is hurtling towards Earth, a 12-mile wide anomaly that's deliberately hiding from detection. Let me tell you now, these reports are not what they seem. They have a hidden agenda. What's the hidden agenda? Let me move that over a sec. Let me explain. As I've told you before, back in the 1970s, I was invited to meet Wernher von Braun, the father of modern rocket science. This is true, by the way. He has actually met him. He took me into his office, opened a safe, and showed me something extraordinary, fragments of a craft that was not from this earth. But he didn't tell me that at first. Instead, he just asked me to hold them and use my extrasensory abilities to tune in, read them, and explain what I sensed and picked up from them. As soon as I touched those pieces, I knew they were not from here. I also knew, as I turned into the samples, that they weren't made or from any ordinary kind of metal, because they felt alive, as if they are breathing. And the sensation I got was one of connection, not coldness. Instead, I felt an abiding sense of vast knowledge, wisdom, and understanding beyond anything we could ever comprehend. I shared all of this with von Braun, and it was only then that he told me they had been recovered from a crashed UFO. I believe that the material he gave me to hold and the larger craft they came from must have been created, whether it was built or perhaps even grown, with an innate merged consciousness, some kind of synthetic biological intelligence. That's interesting. Growing your crafts. Because they say that some of these crafts are made at like atomic level, like literally atomic level. Let me move that across here. Do me head in. It's the same place. TikTokers come over to YouTube. Does me head in. There's more on TikTok than there's on YouTube. And I believe the craft these beings traveled in were not machines in the way we understand them. They were living entities linked directly to minds of their occupants. I'm going to need another drink for this one. For you Americans out there, I'm going to need another drink. I swear to God. Hell. Let's have a go. And if what I felt from those samples were telepathically linked with the consciousness of those pilots, then I'm absolutely sure the aliens themselves shared the same mental signatures. After asking me to read the samples of metal from the craft, von Braun took me to a refrigerated room beneath a secure NASA-owned building, where he showed me clear coffin-like containers that held the mangled bodies of the craft's occupants. Again, I tried to tune in, and the strongest impression I got from them was that they were like scientists or historians. I felt like they had come here to observe and perhaps even to maybe help us in some way. So why all these hostile alien objects? Headlines now. Before he died, von Braun confided in his assistant, Dr. Carol Rosen, whom I'd personally spoken to. He told her there was a long-term plan to create a series of fake threats to justify space militarization. And the final one would be an alien threat or invasion. The end game, global control, sky-high defense budgets, a weaponized orbit, a unified enemy to keep us afraid. The CIA has used Hollywood for decades to prepare us. Independence Day, War of the Worlds, Edge of Tomorrow, all made to make you think extraterrestrials with invasion. Fear, panic, fire from the sky. But what I felt in those metal pieces, what I saw in those beings, was not war, it was wonder. Not domination, but a higher intelligence and maybe guidance. The truth about ETs is hidden, not because they're dangerous, but because they challenge Earth's power structures. They challenge the narrative. The visitors are not our enemies. If they're meant to harm, they'd have acted long ago. I totally agree with that. They are watchers and maybe one day our friends. Like, this is why I'm super excited to be speaking to Patrick Jackson on the 16th of August, because he's talking about the Sphere Network. And it leads me to the religious people who go on about the Watchers, the fallen angels. This would make sense. Maybe we look at the Watchers as being some like weird angels and demons. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's technological stuff. Those are the Watchers. So yeah, I'm super excited to be speaking to Patrick Jackson on the 16th of August. So make sure you click the notification bell, because that hopefully will be live, not pre-recorded. Because I want you to send up comments and stuff like that, because you're gonna have questions when he starts speaking on this. You are gonna have questions. I've got questions on it. I feel as well on some of the places he spoke on. I'm not going to name him. They haven't given him the respect I think he deserves in his research. I think he deserves a lot more respect, and I think the people that was questioning him didn't have a clue on the UFO topic that much. Never mind his theories on it. So he's going to get he's going to get my ears, that's a fact, and he's going to get respected, and he'll get out whatever he needs to get out there. I'll push as much as I can, because I think there's something to this. I think we are being watched. I think we are being observed. I think we are being monitored. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. I don't even think he knows that, but maybe he does. Maybe he does. Maybe we can get into that. So please make sure you follow for that one. This is the video we shared.
May be hostile. Hey, my dear friends, look at this. 135,000 miles per hour space object may be hostile alien craft set to attack Earth. Is 12 miles wide. Please read my message.
It's not 12 miles wide, is it? It's 7 miles in it. 3i Atlas. Is it 3i or 31? Uh, 3.7. It is estimated to be between 6. That's a huge gap, that, you know. It is estimated to be between 3.7 to 5.4 miles. That's quite a big difference, you know. That's like me saying my slug on a rock's between 1 inch to 12 inches. That's the difference there. That's a big gap. That's the bear talking. It's having a laugh, people. It's having a laugh. So yeah, I don't get why this, which tells me then they said in October they'll get was it October? Let me have a look at that. When will they have better data on 3i Atlas? So October, that's when they think. Red Gen says, why is it when we jump to conclusions, This right here, it's hostile. How do they know? No, I'm totally with you on there. Why is it that I'll ask that to Avi Loeb actually tomorrow night. I will say that, and I'll say, why is it when if it's tech, it went straight to it could be hostile rather than we've got some friendly visitors that might be showing up. Is that a question you want me to ask? Thank you. Good morning, UFO, for the $4.99. I appreciate it. I seen your live this morning, by the way. I remember you. Give Good Morning UFO a follow, please. She's a female in the UFO field, and I think it's fantastic to have more females speaking on the UFO topic, as they're quite feisty characters, and when they believe in something, they have good debates. And she's got a great channel. Make sure you give her a follow. We hope. I actually said to her if we can do like a joint live sometime, just like get our time differences the same, and let's do something together. Let's interact with people. I want to interact with all these fantastic people that talk on the UFO topic. But yeah, she's a great girl. Make sure to give her a follow. And I do really appreciate the $4.99 there that you've just paid out your own pocket. That does not go unnoticed. Lol, a UFO chica. Yes, a UFO chica. Listen, I thought it was just men that was obsessed with UFOs, right? Until I started my TikTok channel, right? And for people that don't know, I've got a TikTok channel that's got it's got 250,000 followers on there. And I amassed that in 18 months. And I'll tell you something now, the majority of the people that speak on that channel are female. Most of the people that reach out to me are female. I'm now from the stage of it's mainly males that like this to it's females are more into this topic than males. I have the stats to back this up. And I'll tell you another stat. 18 to 24-year-olds don't give a shit about this topic. It's my age and upwards. Like if you're 25 and above, and I'm not 25, I'm a lot older, I'm 39. That's the age range. My age range is the most people interact with my channel, and you'll find it on most UFO channels. And if you look at most of the podcasters and most of the people that create channels, like you've got the Night Shift, you've got Vetted, you've got Daniel Knightley, you've got all these other ones. They're all around my age. They're all like late 30s, early 40s. There's a reason for that. It's dying out. The younger generation don't care about this topic. They really don't, and that worries me. So we've got to sort it out. We've got to save the day. Lola Melissa. Yeah, make sure you give Good Morning UFO a follow because she's American, which means if you're obsessed with the UFO stuff, and I'm not going live, you've got Polarity Josh, who's Australian, so he covers that area of the time, and you've got the American Good Morning UFO who covers that. So let's get it going. Have you got a TikTok channel, by the way, Good Morning UFO as well? I can give that a shout out for you if you want. I'm old at 55. Wow, Barney, you really are old. You shouldn't even be here right now. You should be in bed, mate. You should be preparing for tomorrow and how you're going to get through tomorrow at 55. Oh my God. Wow. I'm joking. I'm 39. The noises I make when I get out of bed, you think that I'm up to something with my partner. I'm like, I'm getting out of bed. That's just me getting out of bed. It's not good. I'm subbed already, of course, yeah. I will be, like, the top commenter is going to be the admin, by the way. I'm going to make another admin. Melissa's an admin. Andrew's an admin. Who's the other guy? I forgot. I should know. He's always in. I forgot. Let's read some of these comments. Is there anything you want me to look at while I'm online now? This is the People's Life. Taz, that's it. I knew it was a stupid name. I knew it was a stupid name. I forgot it was Taz. So we got you. In fact, Michael Herrera spoke, didn't he, on Ross Coulthard yesterday, I think it was. Can we watch News Nation? The news. I just literally, you just read my mind. I've literally just said it. I can't even spell YouTube right when I've had a whisker. There we go. YouTube. Yes, we can. Simon Holland, he's got a new video up. He put it up 4 hours ago, and check that out when you get a minute. And if you didn't see the interview we did with him yesterday, please make sure to give that a watch. That is on my YouTube. It's just touches over an hour long. great interview, goes into something that he's not said in anything else before. He was terrified. There's Men Said. He's in the live, or he was in the live. That's his channel. Make sure to give him a shout out. Right, let's have a look here. So, Ross Coulthard, Michael Herrera. I'll put Herrera. We'll find it. We'll find it. There it is.
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11.
What's it like with the adverts, by the way? You're not getting spammed with adverts, are you, during the live and stuff like that? Because I can change that setting apparently. Whatever it is, I don't have a say in what it is.
G'day, and
yeah. So it's not too much though. It's not like bordering like, oh, this is annoying me. I've only had one ad. Only one ad, right? That's I'm fuming. I want more. No, am I joking? On a live, I can imagine it being really annoying. Had about 4 so far. I suppose it depends on how long you've been watching.
welcome back to Reality Check. I'm your host, Ross Coulthard, and this week we've got a friend of mine, someone I've been talking to for a very long time.
Which now is just yesterday, the same thing happened out near Russia, so that's kind of the theme.
TikTok have just restricted.
But this happened in 2009.
Drinking.
Essentially, we were a part of Operation Getsano, which was supposed to be humanitarian relief in the Philippines because of a typhoon.
TikTok telling me that.
Surprisingly, my ship, which was USS Denver, was the one that was rerouted out to the western part of Sumatra, and it was just us as a company of Marines. And granted, not every Marine got off on the ship.
Here's a question. Who thinks I should start pushing my Rumble channel as well? Because I've got a Rumble channel, UFOs around the world. Maybe I should start doing some lives on Rumble now I'm set up. Would people like that as well? Are people on Rumble? Or is it just like jump to stick to YouTube? I am on YouTube, Facebook as well, by the way. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. But I don't post as much on Facebook, but I am I'm probably more reachable on Facebook and TikTok than I am on YouTube. It's very hard. You can't DM people on YouTube. So TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I'm on there as well. I get where water doesn't, and I'm on Rumble.
To partake in this kind of operation.
YouTube. Yeah, I'm pushing YouTube. Like I really respect that people have got like 6,000 followers now, and that's gone up over 1,000 in 16 days. By the way, that's pretty good. Getting 1,000 in 16 days. So I think what I did, I got one viral video when I first started out. And it was the Tucker Carlson one, and it wasn't my video, so I got like a copyright. And it got like nearly 1 million views, and loads of people started following me off that. So I was like, oh god. So I left it for a bit, and I've started doing my channel again now. I'm doing it correctly, and following guidelines and stuff like that. So I'm doing all right now.
Where I fall into this is I was basically randomized and put into a random stick, and then basically said you're going to go. Stand security for an hasty LZ so they can get stuff to basically land there and to provide, security so that way they can do that, because the first thing you have to do when you're occupying an area is you have to have a security presence there. Yeah. You can't just go in there and just,
I've got a question here of TikTok. It could be the boogospheres that they're observing, yeah, because they said they're from 30 to 60 centimeters, some of these things, which is just the length of that. That's about the length of a ruler in it, so that's 30 centimeters or something. And 60 centimeters, I think the boogosphere, what is it? The boogosphere like that? So that's probably about 60 centimeters. Could be, yeah, it could be a network. This is why I'm really excited to speak to Patrick Jackson, because he goes on about this. And who can tell him that he's talking shit when they haven't done the research? I hate people that do that. Same with Ashton Forbes. I'm on the fence with the MH370 plane disappearing. But the corridor crew, right, are renowned for debunking things, but yet I did a video the other day where the guy in the corridor crew went, that's a unidentified whatever that is. It was just a second helicopter. It was just 2 helicopters flying. One had the light on the navigation light, and the other one didn't. The thing is, they only work on videos and that type of thing. They haven't got any research in them whatsoever. So if they'd just done a bit of research on helicopters flying tandem at night, they'd come to the answer of what that would have been. That had the light on, that didn't have the light on, and they was going at the same pace. Do you think an helicopter would be chasing a UFO at exactly the same pace? Is that just not really? Corridor. I can think of another name for him. It's not the corridor crew anyway. And let them fucking try and do a video on me. God help them.
blindly land a helicopter and not think that they're going to be rebels, because Indonesia is the second largest terrorist capital in the world. So you do have to have precaution with that.
So let me just get first to the one issue that's been used to attack your credibility on this issue. You say that you were deployed as part of a stick or a small team of men who were sent to secure a landing location for a helicopter. Was one of your team, there's a guy who's come out publicly and attacked your credibility called Nathan. I won't use his last name, but he has basically suggested you are a liar, that you're a fraud, that this never happened. And moreover, he said that you were never deployed with weapons during this operation, so the whole thing's nonsense. What do you say about the allegations of Nathan?
Completely false. Just because he wasn't with me at that time doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Oh,
right?
no.
And the fact
That's my
is
goal.
I know
If you want about my
distinctive.
goal, I'll shave my nutset just as a joke, because it said give you a goal. I didn't know what the goal meant, so I think it must mean super chats. But yeah, I'll shave my nutset if I get super chats or whatever.
Because we were disarmed, and typically I didn't have an M16 as a normal standard issued weapon. I had an M249, which was a belt-fed machine gun. And for me to get issued an M16 was out of the norm for me. That was one of the things that stuck out, because it's like, okay, now I understand as a security operation of why they didn't want to have M249s. And two, it wasn't my personal weapon I was issued. I didn't have we usually have these weapons issue cards. And obviously I didn't use that to get an M16.
Yeah, so it's a good morning UFO there. So he goes into it. So if there's the organs, there's the S thing of it, like the E island, for example. They sell them off to all sorts of people. Do you know when you look at, like, I'll give you an example here. So you look at like Squid Games, and you look at things where you have those people with scary masks on, you know, the funny masks, the people, the elites that watch. That's real. Those people, there are real people that have little cults like that. You have no idea. There'll be people 100% that would love to make a real Squid Games. They'd love to do a real purge. 100%. If they could get away with it, they'd create it. 100%. That's the world we live in. And is that the world of a good God? No, it's not a world of a good God. If someone was to like I've always said to people, if you was to give like a 2-week review of Planet Earth as a holiday, you would say that is run by the devil. 100%.
Because it wouldn't match up serial numbers or whatever. So they basically just gave us whatever weapons we needed to basically facilitate that, because we were some of the first people there. You know,
This Nathan character,
I will do a video on it, but I'm just trying to work out what I can do yet on YouTube. Make sure I'm not touching boundaries and stuff. You know, just I want to make sure I'm all right. I'm doing everything right at the minute on YouTube. I don't want to do anything wrong. I want to make sure I'm doing everything right on here. But I have got a rumble, but I don't want to try and bite off more than I can chew and stuff like that. So yeah, I do want to speak about that, and I know Polarity's covering a lot of stuff, and I'm sure he reads my mind in, because he covers a lot of the stuff that I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking he's doing, and I will cover it the same as well. But I've got all sorts of ideas. Like I want to do a Sunday show, like the Sunday roast, I'll call it, with your UFO host or something like that. And that could be a co-host thing. I could get a different co-host on every week, and we could just go over the latest UFO stuff, or even get guests up and just do it that way and stuff like that. I don't know if you can add guests up now. Just now, I'm doing it through YouTube. Can I just add a random guest up and have a chat? Can that be done?
I think your platoon leader, or one of your platoon leaders, you had worked with him as a Marine, but
I thought you were quitting the vape. Right, let me explain that. I did quit the vape, but I'm doing it again, right? And that's because it's no nicotine in it. So, and we went, I shouldn't have done it, right? So I went like 20 days without it. But then I realized I enjoy it. And then I thought, right, I'll get no nick. So I've got no nick. So I'm going to stop again, but I'm not going to get that gurn next time. Like I'm missing it or something like that. So I'll be okay. But yeah, just do it every now and again.
He was not deployed as part of your team on this day.
Thank you for remembering, though, John. Joff H.
He was not on that team.
And for people that are trying to quit, by the way, you can do it. You can do it. Vapes is much harder than the cigarettes. I'll tell you that now, because on the second day, you get this really like you're grinding on your teeth because you want that flavor. It's not like a cigarette. Like I wasn't a big smoker. I stopped the cigarettes, and then I got my missus off the fags back in 2021. I said, "Here, try vapes." So she went, "You try one." So I said, "I'll try one." And I was addicted to it. But I didn't think I was addicted to it. I thought, I'll stop that whenever I want. I'll stop fags. Stopped it like that. Like, because you don't realize how much you're doing the vapes. Because you do it when you're watching football, you're in the house. When I used to like smoke occasionally, I'd smoke at the back door or something like that. I wouldn't smoke in the house. It stinks the house out. But vapes, it makes the house smell fruity and everything like that. Oh, blue raz, lemonade, cherry. You buy all these fruity flavors. They don't actually taste like it. We are lied to really badly with the vape flavors. Like, oh, blue raz lemonade. Ooh, we get it. Like, it tastes like ass, sweaty socks and stuff like that. But, makes the house smell nicer though. But yeah, it is 100% harder, but you can do it. And how I did it, which is going to sound really bad, even though I've got no nicotine on there. I used smints and chewing gums for the grind that you get on the second day. After the third day, it was really easy, really easy. The only thing then you started to think is when you have habits. When do you do it mainly? When I'm watching football, when I'm having a drink, when I'm doing my podcasts, I like to have a vape and stuff like that. So we try and limit it now. So I don't take it to work. So I do it in moments when I need or I think I need it, and I'll work my way down. So I'm not doing it all the time. It's not always in my pocket and stuff like that. It's when I'm doing things where it's a habit that I like to do it. If you know, and work my way off it that way. Just being honest.
Yeah. Okay. So you fly in by chopper into a particular location. What happened?
What I do want to get is one of those frumps, whatever they call. It's like air. And you suck the air flavor out, but really, you can just quit.
So we basically egress a helicopter. We get into a 360 pattern, even though there's a team of 6 of us, but we try to cover as much ground with that as much as possible. When it leaves, basically where we were positioned was an open area that would have us stick out like a sore thumb.
Imagine bringing your side project to life just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
So what our method was basically, now the person in charge told us that we should get into the tree line, which was right up a slope. That way we're not sticking out like a sore thumb. We still have eyes on the objective. And if anything happens, we could basically intervene if need be. And that is basically when we were on top of that slope, we were facing south, which is where everything was basically going on. And then to the north is when we saw this anomaly. And that was down the slope, and we could only see a partial amount because the vegetation was obscuring the full picture of this thing. So the fact that it was changing colors and it looked very abstract stuck out like a sore thumb. So the person in charge at that time.
Can I just cut you off for a moment? Did you have a radio? A lot has been made of the fact that you allegedly didn't have a radio and that was not normal operating procedure to be deployed like that without a radio.
I don't remember having a radio. I didn't ever carry a radio. That was not my job. We didn't have black gear either. That wasn't my job either.
I'm good. How are we all? Like, everybody okay? No issues? Family, everything okay? Are you thinking of creating your own channels and stuff like that? Let's drop it in the comments. And that goal's a joke, by the way. I just thought I'd have a laugh with my YouTube.
So the fact is,
80 people in TikTok still watching when they could be here in the YouTube. Just click on the YouTube app, UFOs around the world, click notification bell, like, comment, and join us. Come on, TikTok.
Remember the person in charge having a radio as well.
You're the only reason I'm doing this TikTok still.
So the fact is, I can understand why people get confused of that. But again, I don't remember us having any kind of comm equipment whatsoever.
Does it detract from the credibility of what you're saying? That
my son thinks he's a YouTube star, bro. I'm about to lose. My kids, my older kids, are like their friends. They both left school now. My older kids, but they were watching me, and that would just wind my kids up. They're like, my mates are watching you, Dad. They're like, oh, we watched your dad last night, and all that. I'm like, laughing my ass off.
Supposedly on normal operations, you would be deployed with somebody with a radio.
Well, if it's a common
chilling on the sofa with a cider, oh my God, you'd be like my dad's best mate if he was still alive. Drink sensibly. That's all I'm going to say to you.
That operation, absolutely. But again, this was more of haste. It just felt like it was more hasty and it was just rushed. I don't think it was necessarily planned as well as it should have, because you have only one ship going to an entire part of a country that is destabilized because of this natural disaster. You would have to, if you're trying to maintain adequate forces or help, I would figure you need more of a logistical support than just one
We
ship.
were lucky in our generation. You know what I mean? I would be out making bogeys, like the go-karts for the American people that might not know what that is. Playing football, using your Colts as football nets. I was out all the time. From dusk till dawn, I was out. And then we got first Nintendo. You had your Atari. I think my first computer was a Commodore 64, and it was a cassette tape thing with a green screen. But it's nothing like it was today. You know, I remember when the first mobile phone started to break the way into schools. I was in like year 7, and it was about 1997. 1997, yeah, 97. Nokia 3210, Nokia 3310, Snake. Creating your own mobile ringtones using the numbers, Sandstorm, you know, and all that kind of. It's insane. Best would not change it. That's why I think kids have anxiety and they're more depressed these days, because they've got they're just the work. They've got to be something now. Kids have got to be something. Everybody's a copy and paste. You see a bunch of 5 lads walking down the street. They've all got the same haircut. There's no individuality. If they look individual, they're called something. They have to be. They have to fit this thing. I love individuality. I love people being individual.
Yep. You know what I mean?
You see an anomaly. From the LZ, how distant is the object?
Because your name's Barney and I like The Simpsons, I've just got this idea of you looking like Barney and like drinking and think. Are you from America? Do you look like Barney?
That you're looking at through the jungle.
Cal mentioned me in a comment.
So I would say, if I was to recall correctly, I would say probably several hundred meters. Like it was from where the LZ was to where the slope is. So if you're talking between where the target is.
Anybody else? I just had a notification off my partner. She tagged me in something on Facebook, right? And you click on it, you know for a fact it's going to be a little dig, right? And it was like, has anybody else got like a partner that doesn't listen or something like that? And she's tagged and put a smiley face. You know what you do when you see that? Hate it. Oh, Dennis World's in. How are we doing, Dennis? Welcome in.
Is meaning that
me and you need to chat, pal. You need to come up and you need to talk to us. I'm on YouTube at the minute live, but if you want to come up and chat, pal, we can chat 100%. If you don't know who Dennis World is, make sure you give him a follow. It's Dennis Asberg. He's the one that did the video talking about Patrice's findings and stuff like that. He obviously follows me and he's watching, and he's been live quite a few times over the last couple of nights as well. He's an interesting fella. He needs to speak more Swinglish though. More Swinglish, not Swedish, more English. The English people are more excited about it than the Swedish.
Anomaly compared to where the LZ was. It was several hundred meters. But then again, there's vegetation that obscures everything. And 2, I don't, when we're back in the helicopter, the only thing I remember is seeing out the back. I just remember seeing the ocean and seeing.
Everybody drop a comment if you want Dennis to talk to me one night on live, maybe tomorrow night, maybe Monday night.
Some land, basically trying to estimate what direction we went. I don't know specifically how high up we were flying, but I remember that we weren't flying very high at all. Basically we were getting to a point where we're not trying to, I'm assuming we were trying to skyline ourselves, but at the same time, we have enough ground to basically see what's going on. And that's when they basically made this decision to land here and make this a hasty LZ for us to basically provide security support to do so.
So because your job is to protect the LZ, because there's a chopper coming in with important relief supplies, you go over to investigate whatever the object is that you can see.
We had, if Dennis, if you're still in, we had Simon Holland on last night. I uploaded that. I don't know if you've seen the interview, but I mentioned you, mentioned Patrick Jackson is going to be working with Patrice because he's on about the Sphere Network, all over that. So I've got Patrick Jackson on the 16th of August. Be good to get you in between, if I can get you as well, an interview with you or something, 100%.
See through the trees.
Correct. Which wasn't my decision. That was the person who was in charge of it. That was their decision.
What happens?
So we basically decide to go down the other side of this. And, it's still thick vegetation, but at some point it ends up coming up to a clearing. And this is when we see this anomaly in its entirety. And it's rotating. It's like an octagonal design. It's got like a pyramid structure on the top of it. It's got a pattern to it that.
For the people that have just joined, I'm live on YouTube, so we're watching a video at the minute. We're watching the Ross Coulthard and the Michael Herrera thing. We can put the Dennis Asberg video on as well if you want. If you don't know who Dennis Asberg is, we can share his video. But he was right. It has been released. I got some inside information, not from Dennis. It was from someone else that was close to people around Dennis, and they were right. So I know I can trust them as well. So it's interesting.
Looks manufactured. You could tell it's got panels, it's got seams, it's got rivets, it's got stuff that is basically, you could tell it's manufactured and put together. But it was, when it was hovering, it wasn't making like a thruster sound from like a jet engine. It didn't make like a rotor type sound like a helicopter. It was just like an audible hum. And it was very faint at first, but then getting closer, it was kind of, got a little bit more intense, but it wasn't by much. And then when we started seeing this thing rotate, there was this platform that was underneath of it. And I thought maybe it was, something.
Yes, Dennis, go for it. You will laugh at this, but my dad still has all his computers, and there is probably a few early printers. Why? I have no idea. Yeah, we need Dennis on. Let's go. Would love to hear an update in English from Dennis. Yeah, you need a one-on-one with Dennis. This is YouTube, by the way. This is not TikTok. TikTok will want the same as well. Yes, yes, yes. Mystical, Boogie B, Jason Hacker, Phoenix. They want just drop Dennis a DM and say, speak to Matt in English. And then we can we'll get just be a 10-minute chat, 20-minute chat, whatever he wants. We can get it out there for people.
Of maybe concrete or something like that.
Need to go
but as we got close to this thing and saw in its entirety, we were intercepted by a team of 8 operators that were wearing no insignia, that were wearing all black. They had better weapon systems that we did that were newer. They had stuff for night vision capability on their weapons, which were basically, M4s that were newer than ours. They had ACOGs, which were newer than ours. And they had PEC 16s, which were a little bit bigger than what we had as PEC 15s. So that's an IR illumination device for night vision, but it also has capabilities to basically use for your weapon system to basically accurately dial in and basically take out the threat if you need to use night vision.
Let's slow down a bit. So they approach you as you're walking towards this object. How far away are you from the craft when you are intercepted by these 8 paramilitaries?
It had to be around 100 meters or so, give or take a few. But it was close enough where you can see this thing. And the estimate that I put is 300
over to YouTube. Feet. That's a good decision.
It was massive.
Because we're playing videos.
I've never.
Is give me a second. Is Dennis still in the live? Dennis World is still not. Dennis, I'm going to play your video in a minute on YouTube. So if you want to come over to YouTube, let me find your video. Oh, in fact, you deleted it, didn't you? Oh, you deleted it. I bet you wish you didn't delete it now, Dennis. Oh, could I play it through mine? In fact, no, I've got one on my channel. I'll play the one on my channel. I didn't delete mine. So if you've not seen my channel, this is my YouTube channel, and I've done a few videos on Dennis. This one here.
I've never seen such an amazing cleaning product. It's just like magic.
This incredible product dissolves oven grease and stubborn mold in seconds without any scrubbing. Take any dirt.
Fancy a chat sometime. When are you free? Drop it in the comments. I don't want to mind you. I know you're busy. I know you've got a lot of things coming up, but I think if you're going to give it to an English guy, someone that's honest, someone that, can get it out there, and someone that supports you, no pressure, it has to be me. Has to be me. Has to be me. Ibrahimovic played for United. Henrik Larsson played for United. He needs to be me, Manchester United fan. Oh, yeah, there we go.
You look at to see if it's any other, and it's not 1 or 2 or 10 or 15 or 20.
This was Dennis's live on TikTok the other day. I screen recorded it so I could share it the following day. I just wanted to make sure he didn't regret it, and he didn't, because it came out the following day anyway.
Now it's 10,000 up to 100,000 of objects.
Can you hear it?
That's popping up over the
So Dennis is obviously he's Swedish and he's English isn't the best, so I'll try and do my best for you. So he's saying There's thousands of these things. They're all over the place. Some of them are like operational. Some of them are not operational. When I've read the papers, they're saying they're shining lights on these things. They get brighter. There's all. My question to Dennis is, Patrick Jackson talks about the Sphere Network. 100% true. We have visitors and probably have for a long time. So this is going to be confusing for my YouTubers here. So I'm currently live as well on Thingy. I've got Dennis Asberg that's in the live on the TikTok. So I'm going to be speaking through it on here. So yes, bear with me. 100% true. We have visitors and probably have for a very long time. 100%. Yeah. You did say something, else, Dennis. Can you answer this? You said we live in a sick world. Well, you said that to me privately, actually. But you said we live in a sick world. Is that because they're hiding this? Do you think, or is there something going on that you think with these things observing us, there's some sick thing going on?
Over the sky, I'm so tired now. I'm so tired. I try to find the words in English, but
he does look tired.
I'm tired. I'm just sitting here and try to figure out how to explain myself. But the best thing is to look at the report that is released now on X and read it. In my case, I read it. I have read all the data 3 times now. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's object that is not bigger than 15 to 30 centimeters in diameter.
So is Dennis still here? So I can ask him a question while I'm listening to this. Dennis here. He is still here. So Dennis, you just said there it was 15 to 30 centimeters. Let's just say this big, right? Is there any bigger ones, like huge crafts that have been observed that are surrounding our planet and stuff like that? Yes. Also, there's big ones as well, so it's small and big ones. And do you think there's a connection with what Patrick Jackson's saying then, because he's looks like he can be working with Beatrice? Do you think there's some sort of network here that's monitoring us and potentially doing experiments on us? You know, we could just be a zoo planet, people. 100%. This is exciting though, right? Because you've got people like Dennis, right, who are doing the hard work that I research UFOs, right, and stuff like that. I've done that for 26 years. But I'm not clever like Dennis. I'm not Beatrice. I'm not Simon Holland. I'm not Gary Nolan. I'm not these people. We need these people to do that hard work and for them to give us the scientific data. And when you've got these scientists and astrophysicists and whatever you want to call them that are coming and saying, there's something there, that's what we need. That is what the UFO community needs. We're getting backed by data, not Neil deGrasse Tyson that goes, no, on everything. Proper people that are actually willing to look outside the box and give us something. And not only are they giving us something, they're giving us data. And this data is very old, by the way. This isn't new. I might be wrong here. If I'm wrong, like this is old data that they're going through. What could they be looking at now if they did it for this time? And the images from now could be insane what they find. There's something there, and science is telling us we're not wrong.
As a small object that is over.
It's very hard to understand when I read it. Yeah, I understand. That's why we got Simon Holland sort of to break it down. Like we get Dennis, he can break it down. We get Dennis on. Basically, it's just loads of things around the planet. And thank you for the roses and everything. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gifts. They're going through images. So they're going through images and they're there 1 minute and then they're gone the next. Now, they've been able to rule it out being stars and planets and all these other things. From my basic understanding, they tried to put it in 2022. I think they needed a bit more information. They've got more information. They put it back in. I think it's under peer review now. So, my question then to Dennis, if you're still in the live, what happens after the peer review of the Beatrice papers? What happens then? How does the world react? How does science react? What's the next move for these papers, what do we do for them? Because if they're proven to be true and there's something there, what does science do about that? What's the next step in finding out what these things are? And is that where we then start to argue with the people that are probably gatekeeping this? I'd like to know what Dennis thinks of that. What is our next move, Dennis? I know you believe this is real anyway, but once it's been put right out there as peer reviewed and it's done, what's the next step? What's the next step for this? Hopefully he understands that. Hopefully he's got that. I have SD cards full of videos, pictures of all kinds of weird things from 1992 to 2009. As long as it's UFO stuff, email me. I'll take a look for you.
The Earth's atmosphere, and they are there, and then they disappear, gone, and then they're popping up. And they did a nuclear test, as you know, as many knows, everybody, but they are popping up then also. The day they do it and the day after, and then they're gone. And we're talking about hundreds, perhaps 100,000s of things that's there.
Exciting time.
And then
Thank you
disappear.
for the gift, Joe. I really appreciate that. And for people that are, I wish I knew. Right. So Dennis has replied, I wish I knew, but something is up here. And as I understand it, we are being watched. So, Dennis, my question to you, I'm not religious. You look at the books, the Book of Enoch talks about the Watchers, the fallen angels, the Anunnaki. Oh, maybe there's a discussion to be had there with someone who's an expert on the Book of Enoch, someone who wants to come and chat to me sometime. Maybe come and speak to me. I've got an interview with Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb speaking with me. Interstellar Discussions, Shiv, I'm thinking tomorrow night. So at 7 p.m. Dennis, if you're watching on TikTok tomorrow, come at 7 p.m. Avi Loeb's going to be live. You could even join that if you wanted to. That would be fascinating if you want to join that live. I'm pretty sure Interstellar would not mind. 100% it wouldn't mind. And then we've got Brad on Tuesday about simulation theory and stuff like that. Could these things be creating some simulation on what we're seeing on this planet? And that's the reason they're here. They're putting something on this planet. I don't know. Simulation's always been too much out there for me to believe. But listen, anything's on the table. If we prove that UFOs are real, if it proves we're being monitored, and we've not, and they've been monitoring us for a long time, everything's on the table. Everything's on the table. It's great Dennis is in the chat. It is great Dennis is in the chat. This is YouTube that's talking here. Heading over to TikTok, 100%. No, don't stay on YouTube. You're helping me out on YouTube. I'll give you what Dennis says. Follow him though, Dennis World. He's got on Dennis World. In fact, I'll show you his YouTube channel. Let me find him for you. YouTube. Dennis. Is he called Dennis World? Yeah, he's called Dennis World on YouTube. This is his YouTube channel for YouTubers. Make sure you subscribe to it. You should have more subscribers than that. I should not have more. Well, I should because I've got a really good personality and I'm a good person. But Dennis should have a lot more subscribers than that. Make sure you follow him. Dennis World Podcast, it's called. Make sure to follow him. I'm grateful. From Big Bro. Let me have a look. I'm too much for me to believe myself. A Matrix and stuff. Yeah. The thing is, when people like Dennis and Beatrice and stuff like that, they've got the balls. They've got the balls to speak up. What worries me about people like Dennis and Beatrice, will they get shut up? Will they get dragged into a room and so listen, you shut the... Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully Dennis can say, no, it's going out there, releasing it. Just have a couple of JDs and get done with it and have it out there. That's what we want. It is definitely related to fallen angels, higher dimensional beings. I can say that for sure. How can you say that for sure? Sorry, I'm replying to... This is a weird live because I'm live on YouTube and speaking to my TikTok here, so we'll just go with it. Please make sure to come over to my YouTube, though, and watch the YouTube and like and say, don't be leaving. You're going to get the same thing here. I'm trying to build my YouTube up here, and TikTok's just took over it. I'll go back over. Yeah, Melissa, you're going to get sacked in a minute. Yeah. The way we think a simulation may not be close to what we possibly be. I'm back. Mystical, you should come over to YouTube as well. I'll make you an admin or moderator, whatever. The problem is when you speak about these fringe topics, TikTok don't like it. And even though you've got this scientific data now and they're getting peer reviewed, people are still people will still try and trash this. They want the government. This is what I'll say to Dennis, actually, if he's watching. Is he still in here? Dennis is still in here. So you know about the sole disclosure. So on the sole disclosure, the end of 2024, government acceptance. At the end of 2025, academic acceptance. Now, we're not at the end of 2025 yet, but we're getting academic acceptance. We're getting peer-reviewed papers. So we're getting papers, people like you. We're getting there now. So at the end of the year, those papers could be fully reviewed. Yes, there's something there. It's not stars. It's not this. We don't know what it is. What then? We've got 5 years, it says, from 2025 to 2030, where public acceptance. What's going to be stopping the public from accepting this really fast? Religion. Religious people will not buy this straight away as being, oh, it's aliens or UFOs. It could be something religious. It could be the Watchers. It could be the fallen angels. But me being agnostic, I don't believe in angels and demons, but doesn't mean I'm right. It could be angels and demons, but in technology. So the fallen angels, as we see with wings and stuff like that, might not be that. It could just be a ball, a sphere watching us. The Watchers. It could 100% be that. It's fascinating. I fucking love this topic. I love this topic, and I love people like Dennis that are doing great things there, and Patrice. I really need to speak to Patrice, by the way. I'm a massive fan of Patrice. I want to speak to Patrice, but she's going to be too occupied, too busy to speak to someone like me. That's fine. But when I get her, I'm going to be excited, like a little fanboy. Like, tell me everything you want. Tell me everything now. Get it out there. That's what we want. Want people that are excited about this subject, that I've got the balls to speak about it. And as Denny says, it's not bullshit. It is not bullshit. That's the only word I understood in Swedish. Bullshit. Do you think the Greys could be us from the future? No. I'm not buying that one, that the Greys are us from the future. For some reason, it's never been one that I've been into. You have to understand that we know as angels are actually high dimensional beings. Yes. Read the Book of Enoch. I've read the Book of Enoch. My follower sent me, I can't remember the name of her. She sent me the Book of Enoch, and I read the Book of Enoch, and that's how I knew about the Anunnaki being in the Book of Enoch. That's how ignorant I was to religion. I did not know that the Anunnaki was mentioned in the Book of Enoch, but I knew about the Watchers. I knew about the fallen angels, and that just makes absolute sense and fits in with what Patrice and Dennis are speaking about and what Patrick Jackson is thinking about with the Sphere Network. It's like they're here. They've always been here. They're probably under the ocean, under land. They're all over the place. And when we're setting off nuclear weapons and stuff like that, they're interested. They don't want that. This is their planet. How can they interact without letting us know they're there? Maybe reach out to a government and work closely with the government in the background. They can't know we're here. There's a purpose to it. We have to technologically get so advanced before they reveal themselves. We don't know. They talk about the Galactic Federation. You have the reptilians, you have the Palladians, you have the mantises, you have the Greys. The Greys are supposed to be like worker robots and stuff like that. You've got the mantises, you've got the reptilians that are supposed to be ones that like the blood and the children. And then you think, oh, that can't be true. But then you look at what's happening with Epstein Island and stuff like that, and the sick things going on the planet. You've got to think, there's something going on here, and someone's got to speak about it. Maybe it's our consciousness in a different bodysuit and perspective. Yeah, not technological advance, but advance of consciousness. YouTube, you're falling behind with the comments here. Let me know with the comments what you hate. Melissa, how's you? Is blocking TikTok. What do YouTube and TikTokers think? The Nephilim, yes. What does Dennis think? Dennis, have you got the balls to tell us what you think is going on? Can you drop a comment? Give us a hint what you think is going on. And is there anything else that hasn't been released yet, which is due to be released in the future, you think, which is more compelling? It's good when you have someone in there that's That's balls deep in it. It's good. Make sure you all following Dennis World, by the way, on YouTube and on TikTok. Maybe it's the better nature of our souls. I think we will see a big change in our consciousness in the future. Interesting. Okay. Let me carry on playing this a set from Dennis for people who haven't seen it.
The best thing to really understand it, I try even now to try to understand it even now, how that is possible. But it's the reality, even if it's difficult to take in as a human being. It is what it is. Something are visitors coming here, and that's not one thing. There are lots of things, and perhaps they have been here.
So Dennis, I've just watched a little bit of your clip here. You probably heard it. How has this changed you? Have you changed in your opinions on things? Has it made you? Are you scared? As a scientist, this is testing your scientific understanding. How do you feel? Are you okay mentally? Has it affected Patrice? How are you feeling? Do you feel attacked on social media? You'll get support and love in here, I'll tell you that now. You've had so much love and support on my videos of you, and you'll get the same support in this live. How are you with finding this out? How are you, pal? Jack and Coke, yeah, JD and Coke. My favourite drink. I only bought it an hour ago. Do you think I can drink that and I'm still me? It doesn't matter. Just fine. It's like drinking water. Doesn't matter. Is that because I've got a problem? No, I've not got a problem. Consciousness is changing. It's awakened in something. Yeah. So thousands of these things. These could be. Here's something I'm going to throw out there, and this is something that I thought about. Could we be connected to these things that are out there that we can't see? Could our souls, when we die, go to these objects and then we go elsewhere? Are we connected to what's on this planet? That was something I was thinking about when I was looking into all this. The smart dopey girl, yes. Have you seen a UFO? I haven't seen a UFO. I've summoned a UFO. And the people will tell you, I did the people of the light, and it's 3 flashes, people of the light. And I was told this by someone that I worked with, and I didn't believe it until it worked. And I've told other people in my lives, they've tried it and it's worked for them. You summon them like people of the light, not psionics or anything like that, or a Jake Barber where you need children to do this. You can do it yourself. You can summon these things yourself. You've just got to be free-minded. Don't be on this. Be sober, and just give your location and do it. And I've had it a few times, only when I've been sober. There are our brothers from another dimension. Brother from another dimension. Let me look at YouTube comments a second. I've thought about it every day since it happened. What's Dennis' thoughts on Planet X system, and could these small objects be its debris field? Dennis, what's your opinion on Planet X and Nibiru and stuff like that? My opinion on it is I don't think it's real. I think you'd be able to see that by now. But Dennis might know something. Bends my brain. The subject bends my brain as well. I think when if it's Skywatcher followed the live creator. Thank you for the follows, people. I really do love it. And for the people in YouTube, if you send me super chats, you get a date with me. It says there, gets on magical night with me. It's a joke. One thing is that there is some man now that'll just tag 10 quick super chats just so we can have a date with me, and I've got to do it. I'll be getting wheelbarrowed around the internet. I think when and if we get full disclosure, it won't be anything like we're thinking. Yeah. You see, we the people that have researched this for a long time, we know there's something there. I know there's something there. I speak to people on a daily basis. These people can't be nuts. But when you've got science backing this now, saying there's something there, it's potentially been there the whole time we've been here. What is the purpose of it? When we die, do we go to these objects? Do we have like a sphere of our own? Is that my soul goes to that sphere and we fly off somewhere else? What is it? What's the purpose of it? Is that projection? Is that projecting something on the planet? Is that the object? Are we on a... I was going to say, are we on a flat Earth? I nearly said something really ridiculous then on my own live. But could it be projecting something? No, never in a million years we're on a flat Earth. But just imagine if we was. Imagine it. I couldn't live with that. I couldn't live with that. Don't do it. Don't you do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We don't live on a flat Earth, let me tell you. Dennis has commented, I feel good about after everything that's happening. All I want is for the truth to come out. Yeah. So Dennis has said he wants the truth to come out. Any questions from the YouTube and TikTok, put your comments in. Let Dennis answer them. And as always, make sure to follow him. He needs more followers. He needs more followers. He goes live. He's been live the last 3 nights. So if you're not following him, you're not seeing his lives, you're missing out. Most definitely round Earth. I can say that for sure. Dennis will tell you that. The Earth is not flat. And if it is, it's because of these spherical objects that are projecting it. I wasn't thinking about UFOs or doing C5 or anything like that when it went over my house. What's in it? Oh, right, yeah. Dennis, can I ask you a question quickly? What is the next step after the peer review? So once these papers have been peer reviewed and it is proven that there is something out there, what would science do then to further understand this? If you can tell us. That's a good question, right? That's a good question. Low intelligence thinks Earth on flat. Yeah. These flat Earth channels, though, they get so many views and so many thingies, and they're like occult people. The people that watch flat Earth videos are like that, going, yeah, that's 100%. Have you heard of Rendlesham Forest incident? Of course I have. You know who Mark Christopher Lee is, the king of UFOs. He was on the live with Simon Holland yesterday. He's the person that made the documentary on it. The recent documentary. It's not out yet because they can't find a published, whatever it is, to publish the film. But yeah, the king of UFOs, he made the film, the recent one. It's crazy. I seem to be ignoring. Play this a second while I wait for Dennis's comment.
Long time. Probably. Long time. Before the test of nuclear weapons and so on. Probably. And the purpose of it, I don't know. Where it comes from, I don't know. But that's the next step. I'm so convinced now. Me and Beatrice and the team we work with, we are convinced we have visitors. We have visitors here. They are here. And they were here even 1915. So 1950. So yeah, it's amazing.
Do you know what? I don't. Dennis, are you free now to jump on for a chat?
If people have,
I can end the live stream and I can just have a conversation with you, record that, and I can upload that later on for people.
It's new for us. It's the news come out this morning.
It doesn't have to be a long chat. It could be a 10.
And it's going to take a couple of days, perhaps a week, to get people to really understand this is what's going on, and how probably going on for a long time. And but it's hard to really take
Dennis,
it in and understand it, because it's so
Dennis should come up.
Crazy. I would say you can see one.
I don't think there's anybody else on social media that has covered Dennis more times than me this week. Like, I'm like a stalker.
UFO or UAP and 2 or perhaps in the sky, but in this case we're talking about lots of things.
Let me invite
up to hundreds, thousands anomalies or things that popping up over our Earth. Like, yeah, it's so go in and check that. You can find it on X.
Do you have $100? Because I'm looking for 2,000 believers who are willing to trade.
Sorry, I'm so tired now, so I don't know really what to say, what I'm saying.
Oh, I get stalkers all the time. Come on, Dennis.
Why only on X? Because
Why is there a warning?
It's gonna be another news
Listen,
station.
all I have
also.
to do is start the stream, and TikTok gives me a warning because I touch on the fringe subject. So you know what? UFOs are real. Dennis is telling us the truth. Beatrice has put these papers in. It's going to be peer reviewed. We are being watched. We are being monitored. We don't know why. Something shocking is going to come out, and that's the fact of it. Let's do it. Sometimes you got to rebel, and that's what I like about these scientists at the minute. They're rebelling. They're like, no. There's something going on, and I ain't scared to tell it. That's what we like. They're trying to make the thing that I like that I didn't like. They were trying to make it look like Dennis was nuts. Like, oh, Dennis is nuts. And no, he's not. Why is he nuts? You're nuts for not doing your job. These scientists like hold the UFO topic back so much. Honestly, science. I've always been angry against scientists, but when I see scientists actually getting on board and doing good work, it's like, yes, breath of fresh air. Thank you. Get them on. At Dennis World soon, please. Yes, Jack Daniels and co. Jack Daniels. Yes, Dennis. Is that a yes? Dennis, do you want to come up and chat now for 10, 15 minutes? I can put the microphone into the phone and speak to you, and I can end the live stream, and the YouTubers can come on over to TikTok, and we can upload that on YouTube. In English, though. I don't speak Swinglish. I understand bullshit in Swedish, though. I understand that. I understand that. I hope Beatrice stays in contact. Yeah. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the live stream on YouTube. So, YouTubers heading over to my TikTok. It's an hour and 30 odd minutes. Like, it's just totally gone wild, this one, and it's gone like off the finger. So I'm going to end this one. Let me see if I can end it. 1 minute. How do I end it? I don't know how to end it. Sharing. End stream. End.